Hi everyone. YouTube. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So, I have been meaning to film more experiences, share more stories, and the past couple of times that I have tried, I have gotten in my head and succumbed to my own fear. I am noticing more and more each day in just tracking my behavior, the parts of myself that I still need to work on and that I am currently working through, but more importantly, how I respond to fear. And when my voice gets shaky, I feel like words can't come out of my mouth properly. Sometimes tears swell up in my eyes. Maybe external things happen while I'm filming a video and loud noises start happening outside. People start playing music and I get taken out of what I'm saying and what I am attempting to share. I am saying this now because I just want to further let down my walls and attempt to make this a more vulnerable, inviting, safe space for myself, in my mind, to be able to do this. So, I'm telling myself, no matter what happens from here on out, I am going to continue sharing my experiences and sharing my story. That being said, let's start from the beginning. So, after I graduated from university in 2020, at the start of when this virus hit, right? And I immediately listened to everything that was being said in the news and that was being talked about around me. I socially distanced and I chose not to work in an establishment where there were people. I would hear around me, you can always go to another party, but you can't always get a new mom or dad. And that affected me. So I then chose to apply to DoorDash, and I started doing that. I did that for about a year. With that came more isolation, loneliness, and at the time I felt I didn't have an outlet, be it friends or when I was in school, being able to dance, theater, and it definitely affected me. So throughout that year I had a bunch of thoughts coming into my head as to why things are the way they are. And in 2021 I came across this YouTube channel. It was called Near-Death Experiences, and I started watching these videos of people who had a near-death experience and transcended this realm for a brief moment. And they shared their experience of what it was like being in, as they refer to in certain videos, heaven. Other people, I'm going to continue, refer to it as being in the upstairs. I lost track of how many of these videos that I came across. And at the time, it was my outlet. It was a thing that was refueling my body, my mind, my spirit, and my soul. And it was healing my heart. So, after watching video after video after video after video, I ended up coming across one in particular. And it was of this woman who had a near-death experience. She is Caucasian, and she ended up taking out these horses. She lived in a more rural environment, and when she was taking these horses out, one of them ended up hitting her. But before it hit her, she had the experience where she was doing the task of opening the door, bringing the horse out, and then all of a sudden, she was looking in the opposite direction. And she then realized, after she did, a 180 and turned around, she saw herself. And she didn't quite know what was going on, but she felt lighter, and she felt more connected. And she then said that she watched herself struggle with this horse. The horse started to panic for some reason, and within this struggle, she got knocked to the ground and was knocked unconscious. And she said it was a bizarre experience because anyone that would have witnessed what was going on would have probably believed that she was experiencing pain. But because her spirit hopped out of her body beforehand, she felt no pain. She noticed that. And she shared that the whole time that she was experiencing this, she felt nothing but peace and love. So, after that, what she saw in front of her started to slowly fade away, and this other world became visible to her. And she was able to see these colors and feel these textures on her spirit body that she was incapable of accessing while in the physical. And she then said that she saw Jesus on her right and the goddess Saraswati on her left, a Buddhist goddess. And let me double check on that. It could be Hindi goddess. Let me double check. I'll put it in the comments. I saved the video and wrote stuff down, but I didn't write that one thing. I should have. I apologize. But she said she saw these two deities, one on her right, one on her left, from two different religions, right? And she said, she made the point to talk about how all of this separation that we have here doesn't exist, in how she refers to it as the upstairs. This is all an illusion. There is no separation. And while watching this video, it hit me in my soul. She then went on to talk about how there's this huge library and she likes to hang out there, and there's all this information from what's gone on years back, and in the cosmos. And she then shared how her spirit's duty while in the astral realms is to prepare these souls who have been coming down for the past 400 years to remind people how to love and what to do with it. So, after watching this video, I should continue and say, they then offered her and asked her, after sharing this information and reminding her of what there is for her after she leaves her body, if she wanted to stay or go back. And she chose to go back. She then was back in her body, and the people around her were asking her, how old are you? And she responded with, I'm 5. And this is a grown woman in her 40s, I want to say. And after a brief moment, she became unconscious again, and then returned back to her body. It was a brief moment, and she remembered the full memory, and she was able to answer, her proper age, where she was, but she was changed after this spiritual experience. And after watching this video, something hit me in my soul, in my core, and there were tears coming down my eyes, because for the first time within that year, from 2020 to 2021, when this happened, sometime in the spring, I want to say March, could have been April, I felt connected. Even though I didn't go through what she went through, I felt this unity. I didn't feel that there was an other. How, sometimes we use in language like the enemy or the other, and I didn't feel that there was. I felt connectedness. And after watching the video and just releasing all of this energy that was in my body, I then started feeling tired, and I didn't know why. I felt a little worried, but something told me just surrender to that energy. And I did. I was on top of my bed at my parents' house, and I shut my eyes, and all of a sudden I felt this energy swirling between my eyebrows, right where my third eye is. And it was as if someone took, a little pen, a crayon, and was circling it around and around and around right here. And after a brief moment, it was like someone twisted the lid and it popped right off. And I felt it flutter all the way down to my bed covers. Once it hit my bed covers, I felt this rush of energy into my third eye, where I felt that I was going to implode because it was so intense. And at the time, the only thing I felt that I could do to prevent that from happening was opening my eyes. So I did that, and if you take the image of a Coke bottle just fizzing up and fizzing up and fizzing up, and then all those bubbles reaching a certain point, it not exploding, and then slowly coming back down. An event occurred, and now this object is changed. And I feel that's what happened internally with me and my spirit and my soul and my astral body. So that was the video that I watched that caused my third eye to become unblocked. And I just wanted to share that video. I would love to post that video in the comments and give credit where credit is due, but unfortunately, after I started sharing this with some people that I trusted, strangely enough, the video got removed off of YouTube and the whole account got wiped. So I give credit to this woman, I don't remember your name, for sharing that story. And yeah, that was what I wanted to share today in this video. If you have watched all the way through, thank you for listening, and I want to send peace, courage, and divine cosmic love to every single 9-ether being who is on their journey of remembering their divinity and remembering